Hey, what's up, you guys? I'm Jaquan,
I'm Jasmine.
and welcome to the Film Spill.
So, today, guys, we're going to be reviewing Assassination Classroom. This is an anime series, and here is the summary. This story follows a cheerful, superpowered octopus like alien who blows up 70% of the moon and becomes a homeroom teacher for a group of misfit junior high students. His students must assassinate him within a year to prevent him from destroying the Earth.
Yeah, this was definitely a really interesting anime. I feel like when we got into this anime, the moment we watched episode one, we was like, wait, they're shooting their teacher? Like like what is going on? This is crazy. But as the story went on, you kind of start finding out what was happening, their goal, just like you were saying. The rating I'm gonna give this show is gonna be a 3. Let's get into my pros and my cons. So very first pro, the ending was sad. I think we talk so much about like, these series and these shows we watch, but we always talk about how like they just come up short, like the ending just be trash. This was a really, really good ending. They were able to fulfill the goal or the mission, I guess you can say, in assassinating him, or allowing him to self-assassinate, whatever you want to call it. But it ended up being sad because you find out the truth about him. It really wasn't him who blew up the moon. He was gonna blow up anyway. That's the reason why he was trying to get them to assassinate him. But they really loved the octopus, so it was definitely sad. Number two, Koro Sensei is just fast and powerful. I feel like that dude was just doing so much. Like, the things that we were seeing him do was just amazing. I like how E class beat A class. A class was real smug and real like, yeah, we're smarter than you guys, and E class is just like this misfit group, and they definitely came out on top with the guidance of Koro Sensei. The school principal was really smart and calculated as well. It was crazy when we found out that Koro Sensei used to be a human. That's when we started finding out his actual backstory. Finding out that Shiro, aka Yanakisawa, is actually the one who made Koro Sensei. Nagisa versus Takeo match both times were really, really great. This one you got a chance to kind of see some of the teaching that Koro Sensei and those other teachers were basically teaching those students. This dude was going up against grown men and terrorizing them and intimidating them. The Reaper just was a savage. You got a chance to kind of see like, oh snap, this is the first time where like the students were they were outmatched. Finding out that the Reaper was actually a student of Koro Sensei. That's the reason why he became the Reaper. And that Koro Sensei was actually the Reaper. Nagisa saving his mom from the assassin. The plot twist of Kaino, and her name is actually Akari, and she's a sister of Aguri. Nagisa kissing Akari to basically stop her from like going crazy. Nagisa versus Karma was also a really good battle. Reaper 2.0 versus Koro Sensei was also a good battle. I didn't like how they call arena name, what they was calling her, the Professor B. I didn't like what the students was calling her. It was crazy because like they were just so used to just saying that. I'm like, this is an anime show. It's crazy. Koro Sensei disguises at times are definitely just ugly. Like I said, Class A was definitely crazy. Principal Asano treated his own son horrible. How they made Nagisa look like a girl, I did not like that at all. The Reaper's face was crazy, so he ripped his entire face off just so he can be able to put on masks. That was crazy. And last but not least, Nagisa's mom was just crazy. You talk about crazy parenting. This lady was a crazy mom. But other than that, definitely a good anime. I recommend it. I give it a 3.
Okay, guys, I give this anime a 2 out of 5. The first episode was crazy when all the students had guns pointed at the teacher with the mission to kill him. They definitely tried many different ways, but Koro Sensei was just too good. He was just like unkillable.
Yeah.
I really liked his laugh. Um, yeah, I really liked it. Like he was just talking about, Nagisa had a crazy backstory. He suffered severe emotional abuse and neglect from his mom. She was mentally unstable, verbally abusive, and because she really wanted a daughter, she forced him to cross dress and wear his hair long. But I feel like this is normal in anime because these kids have like the craziest and saddest upbringings.
Yeah.
I like learning about Koro Sensei's backstory and how he was a true Reaper, like you were saying, how he was experimented on, and how he turned into a yellow octopus. The ending when the kids had to kill Koro Sensei to save the world was really sad, especially when Nagisa delivered the final blow because he was a really good teacher and he really helped them and cared about them kids a lot. And then I liked in the time jump when it showed Nagisa becoming a teacher at a school for delinquents and he was following in Koro Sensei's footsteps.
Yeah, that was also really
So I
dope.
think it was really cool, but I give it a 2.
Yeah. Just like always, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment. You guys have a good one.